Hey guys, it's Deborah. So I'm going to try to keep this pretty quick because this was just, an unplanned video, but I wanted to insert this here on my channel because my last two videos, I got a similar kind of question, or I guess you could say, yeah, question just about the possible gap theory between the pre-tribulation rapture and the tribulation, beginning the 7-year tribulation, that there's like a gap of time. And I don't know if it's an actual theory. It's just what I call it, the gap theory, basically where there could possibly be a time period between the pre-tribulation rapture and the tribulation starting. In my last two videos, if you didn't see them, it was about me counting backwards from Feast of Trumpets 2028. Should that be the time of the second coming, and seeing where that brings you for the tribulation to start, and that would be mid-August. So I had done that in my last two videos and talked about that. I had some confirmation from other things that yes, mid-August could be the start of the tribulation, the Great Tribulation, Daniel's 70th week, Jacob's trouble, and yes, I do believe it's 7 years. So, okay, that being said, I had talked about the pre-tribulation rapture possibly being a springtime event for several reasons. Song of Solomon being one of the reasons, and lots of other things. And Nissan 1 coming up, the 120th year, 6,000th year, Psalms, prophecy in the Psalms, all these different things that lend to me to think this spring could be the pre-tribulation rapture. That being said, how could it be in spring if the tribulation has to begin in mid-August? There's like a gap there. And none of it is like I'm saying like this is the theories and this is the possibilities and the calculations and stuff like that. This is just talking with you guys. So I wanted to talk to you about this possible gap theory. And again, I don't know if that's really a thing or that's just something I call it, but yeah, this time period between, how could that even be possible? And could it be possible, and why? And I will say there's a lot of also, or I don't know if it's a lot, but there's typology in the Bible of this 6-month gap on the seventh, like not 6-month gap, this 6-month time that we will be in heaven with the 7-year period, the 7-year period in 6-month time. Whereas Jacob's trouble or Daniel's 70th week is just 7 years. And, we get specific time periods, 1,260 days, 1,290 days, and then blessed are those who make to 1,335 days. So that would bring you, like I said, if you count from August to Feast of Trumpets in 2028, and I did all those numbers. But that being said, there is typology to lend that we are actually in heaven for 7 years and 6 months. But that's not mainly why I thought of this gap theory before I knew about the typology. What I was basing it on was this verse. So Daniel 9:27, it says, "And he will make a firm covenant with the many for 1 week, but in the middle of the week he will put a stop to a sacrifice and grain offering, and on the wing of the abomination will come one who makes desolate even until the complete destruction. One that is decreed is poured out on the one who makes desolate." So the main part I would say that I'm focusing on here is the beginning where it says it says make firm, I don't know what version this is, but confirm a covenant with the many for 1 week. So I always felt this, I believe, it seems, this starts the 7-year tribulation because it's a very specific time. 1 week is 7 years. So the way the tribulation begins is with the covenant with one for 1 week. I could be wrong, but that's how it looks like it begins to me. So say there was a rapture event, and you guys know about my 3-part harvest model. I'll put in the description box like I do a lot. It's like if you haven't watched it, it's basically how I see the rapture happening. That there's a small group called the overcomers that are raptured first. This is all through research that I've done. And that you can see a very obvious rapture at seal 6, the great multitude, more than anyone can number. I do not believe they're dead. I believe they're raptured. That group. And then you have the gleanings or the grape harvest at the end, and that's a whole other thing. So basically, that being said, say at the beginning, the overcomers, let's just say children are part of the overcomers, or at least children of the righteous. Like, I don't know for sure how that part goes. I don't know. Some people say they do know. I don't see anything that's for sure to me. So I'm going to say I don't know. But I know the children of the righteous for sure would go. Like, I shouldn't say I know, but like, I can't imagine. It'd be to me, it'd be similar to Noah, his family, his household, Rahab, her household, Lot, his household. Like, anytime God saves somebody, he saves their household. So I see it like kind of like that, but I don't know. But the overcomers, I believe, are the ones who rise and escape all that's coming on the earth, not some, because it actually says all. So that being said, say they go, I do believe it's a small number. So say they go, it could still be millions of people and their children. That will cause problems on the earth. But I think to offset those problems, it's possible that at that time you do see some sort of alien invasion or explanation as to why people are gone. Again, I don't think this is going to be a huge number, but it may be enough that there has to be an explanation, and this may be when you see some alien activity on Earth. So let's just say that happens. So one, you have people gone, you have alien activity, there's chaos, and then so like I've said before, I believe the 24 elders are representative of the overcomers. They have crowns, they have thrones, and they're from every nation, tribe, and tongue. So they're every nationality, and they see all the seals open. So because they see all the seals open, that means when they go up, let's just say a scenario, you have people missing, children missing, then you would have alien activity and explanation to explain why the people left. And then you have the seals opening. So the seals are opening at this time. If they're opening consecutively, boom, 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 you have lots of things happening. So you have problem in the economy, you have sickness and disease, and the White Rider is one of them, and he is the one who makes this covenant. So you have like all this happening at once. Does it have to happen like in 1 minute? So the minute the rapture happens, the tribulation begins. I wouldn't say so. What it seems to me is the seals open, and one of the seals is the White Rider, being the Antichrist, he comes with a tikta, which is, it says he comes with a bow, but it's not bow like as in a bow and arrow. I realized this is how the Lord's so amazing. He showed me this even though I didn't know Hebrew, and then it was confirmed later that this is true. But he showed me and my friend this like a couple years back, that it actually is a paper. It's a covenant he comes with. And it's just so amazing how God will answer when you're not sure about something. And I didn't have the Hebrew background to know. But that being said, you have all this happening. It could take several months for the Antichrist, the man of, like, he's like a peacemaker, to come and say, okay, people are gone. We got aliens. We got money issues. We've got sickness and disease. Okay, let me calm things down. Let me make peace and fix the problem. Let me maybe make a deal with the aliens or whatever and work things out. So that could take several months when you think about it. So as soon as he makes that deal, then it starts the 7-year tribulation. This is kind of like the scenario that I'm playing out for you guys. So that's why I think this gap theory is possible, that some people are gone enough that it causes a problem. There's an explanation why, with maybe aliens. And then on top of it, you have things happening because all the seals are opening. So because the seals are opening, it's not like you have, I don't think at this point is when you have that mass earthquake or when you have other massive things happen. I believe the majority of the dead in Christ rise at seal 6. That's just me, okay? That's just me, because it makes sense that the majority of the dead in Christ rise at seal 6. And I know what Paul says, the dead in Christ rise first. It's a whole long story, but yes, they do rise first, or together you meet them in the air, because the majority of people are leaving at seal 6, because that is the greatest multitude, okay? So basically the point is, that's when I think the biggest earthquake actually does happen. So when the pre-tribulation rapture happens, I believe it'll be other types of disaster, the seals opening, like I said, and the alien possible explanation for people leaving. And then you have him coming in to make this covenant, and that begins the 7-year tribulation. So let's just say that the pre-trib rapture happened in the spring. All of a sudden you have, like I said, the alien stuff. You might have other things, like I said, whatever comes with the seals, more disease, more chaos, more financial disruption. And then that takes a little time to calm itself down. And then by August, so everybody's gone and say March, let's just say, and then by August, you have peace happening and things are calmed down and the new world order is taking place and the money's gotten fixed because now they have new currency and whatever is happening during that time. And then you have a progressive tribulation happening for 3.5 years, 1,260 days. And that's when you have seal 6 rapture, and then you have the stars falling from heaven, and you have the sky rolling back, and you have a massive earthquake. And then the majority of Christians are gone at that point. The restrainer's completely removed, and then you have 42 months where he continues to basically be indwelt and do all his bad stuff, because it says then the dragon is cast down and he, chases the women for a time and half a time. So it all makes complete sense like a puzzle. So it could happen, this gap theory. So then you have, and for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm so sorry, but just watch the 3-part harvest model. It'll make sense. And then, yeah, you have after that, well, we won't get into the last 42 months. That would be another thing. But yeah, that's just my explanation of possible gap, that it could be that there's a spring pre-tribulation rapture of the overcomers. And then August, you have the tribulation actually beginning for real, the 7 years. And then it brings you to Feast of Trumpets 2028. Like, that fits nicely. It might not happen this way. It might be, I won't even say the other mights, because I'm still just day by day walking with God, hoping that it's the spring. But, and if it's not, then we'll go from there. After a certain point, I would have some real problems with my discernment and a lot of other things. But for now, I'm just going to take it day by day with you guys. So yeah, that's my gap theory. Pray on it. And yeah, I hope that will interest you or answered some of your questions. And we will talk again soon. Until next time, God bless and shalom.